Well, hello again, another little short video. This is in two parts. The first part is to do with some magnetic couplings that I found, but also the second part will be how I build my programs and run my locos off those programs. So first of all, the magnets. Now, I happened to be hunting on YouTube, as I normally do, hunting for stuff, and came across these, which are non-polarized magnetic couplings, but these not only swivel but they go that way as well, which I'll show you in a second. And they're from Porterhouse models. These are 00 gauge and these are 11.5mm. You can get different size lengths there, but these I've got there. These are £8.25 for 5 pairs. Now, as you can see, they work like that, but also look, they're flexible that way as well. So if you get any undulation in your track, they won't come apart. But also what I found is these is, with a lot of these, go away, a lot of these wagons, when they're stiff, you've got to put them on straight track to make them work. So what I'm going to do now, I've got this one on here, set that one around there for a bit, get his mate, put this on the track. No, I don't want that to run too far, I want to leave it there. So that's where they are. I'll now use my shunter to come back and pick those two up. Now this is a secondary radius, so it is sharp, but these new magnetic couplings have no problems at all. There's the first one, second one, here we come. See, they're perfect, no problems at all. I've even run them over these points backwards and forwards without, these are horrible little things to work with, but these work perfect, and all I have to do with this is do that and part them. And that's how they work. Now I've just turned the railway off, just hang on a second. That's it. So what we're going to do now is shift this out of the way. I don't want that for now. We now go to programming. Now, if you go to the guide, wrong one. What you'll get is this. As you can see, they're in seconds, but it doesn't work like that on the layout, because some trains are better than others, also as some are slow, faster than others. So a part of a second, so if it's here and you put it and it's in seconds, it could be a second that way or a second that way. You need half a second to make it go there. So that is why we do it a different way. Just so we ignore the guide for this. So what we're going to do now, we'll just do a little program for this one here. So what we've got is, we go to this little tape up here, click that, and it says anything you touch now, it'll record. So you do this, excuse me, we now turn the sound on. Now this little loco's got all sorts of handbrakes and all sorts of things, but we all got, we just do the basics, right? So we just make it run round as it is. The more you put in, the more problems you can get. So what we're going to do is click this, let it go around once, and I'll show you what it does. So it's done all that. Now what you've got to do is make it to stop on that marker. This is where you do the adjustments. This train's pretty good. Now look, it's on the marker, see it? The thing is if you got the train there, the train won't be in its proper spot, so you've got to make sure the train's always in its correct spot when you're doing it. So we've done that. We now turn the sound off. Now if we go back up here, it's flashing. You see it, the red flash? Click on here and we say, would you like to see what you've done? And that is what we've just done there. Right. Now what we've got here is I've stopped it at that, but of course I've been talking, so I've got this bit. So this bit here, we're going to take that bit out there to show you what I mean. So it's 55. We just call this 57 for now. 57, right? We're now got to give it a name, so we'll put this as test there. We now click the green tick there. And when it changes white like that, you know you recorded it. So what we're going to do now is, in here is a list. I've got about 128 in here, so I don't use this, but this is just to show you how to do it. So, that is test, see it? You click the blue tick and the train now will do that little program we've just done. Yeah. And so this, I wouldn't do this because normally I wouldn't be talking and trying to do this at the same time. I'd concentrate on what I'm doing. So by rights now, this should actually go around here and slow down and stop where we just had it on that marker. Here it comes. Now we can see whether it actually does it or not. Here it comes. See now that has now gone too far. See that? So what we've got to do with that one is go back in here and find test. You can do it this way around as well. Like that, and shorten it up. There it is, it's there, look, see there? Now that was too far, so what we're going to do with this, we're going to make this 14, we make this 10. This is where you do the playing around. Do it exists, yes or no, that, do that, do that. Now go into here now, and we're going to find test in here again. There it is there. So what we're going to do now, make sure it's on its marker. We now click it. It fires up. It's just a matter of adjusting those timings, that's all. There it goes. Just see if it does it any better this time. But this is just to show you how you have to fiddle them. Here it comes. That might be not enough, but we'll soon see in a second when it gets around to this marker. It's still not enough, so I'd actually take that 10 off to give it that little bit. So that's how it works, right? And that's how you do a program. Now then, you've seen all my little trains on here. These are all little programs, and this one's got a special one, right, which I've done. And what I've done is I've actually done the train going from here round and stopping over the crossing and back into that station, and I've merged the two together. It's a bit too long in the tooth lessons to show you how to do the merging, but that's how it actually operates, right? But also, I've got a system in my thing, which I'll show you in a minute, which is called station generator, and it's £20 and it's the best thing. So all my train announcements are all in it. So I've got all these little speakers here are all train announcements, and this is the one we're going to be using, this one here, which is the leak one. Now how I do mine is I've got a like this, a stopwatch, and I know at 35 seconds that's how long it takes for that message to come. So what I'd do is to start the train up. I say I could do coal shoveling and all sorts of bits like that, and then I'll then start this off, count 35 seconds, press the guard's whistle, which does the toot as well, and start the train off. And I've got ones where it's terminations and everything else, but that is, you know, the way I work my system. Now I'll show you this one in feature. Now what I've got first of all is in here, I've just done it this way around, it's easier. I've got it in scheduling, it's there, it's all ticked off. Do that. Now all I've got to do now is click this. It is now 10:59:55. As soon as that gets to 11 o'clock, it'll kick off. There it is. Now this is the full thing that I can do with mine. I've got signal boxes that work, train announcements, yeah.
The next train to depart on platform 2 will be
there's the handbrake.
15, holiday special service 2, Leek, calling at Roaster, Denstone, Alton Towers, Oakamore, Kingsley and Froghall, Consul, Cheddleton, Leek Brook Halt, and Leek only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the front of the train. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
Yeah, the guard's whistle, which is it's got included the whistle of the train as well. You know. There's the signal box, and here comes the train. That says, it shows to the next signal box that the train's coming towards him, which is that one over there. Now the train will whistle when it gets there, then the signal box will go off again, which is telling this one the train is coming. Well, and this will slow down now. And should stop there. Another thing is, make sure your track's clean and your wheels and your trains, because one blip and it'll throw the program out.
The next train to arrive on platform 2 terminates here. All change please on platform 2.
There we go. Now what it's going to do now, it's going to wait a little while, and then it'll go over the crossover and go back into the station, do the station. And I'll show you the generator thing in a minute. This Batman 1P is absolutely lovely. It's fully sound pitted, this is, and I really do like this one. Now the back of that coach there should finish just by the edge of the signal box there. So when you do these programs all the time, you get to know all your locos and what they should be doing, where they should be. There we go. Well, the points will change. There we go. And the set of points over there to take it into the station. It'll now start up again. There it goes. You see any little blip, you know, dirt on the track or wheel dirty, and it'll throw the program right out. There he goes. And she's come up to that buffer. Here he comes. Go. Now you'll hear the points change at the back, points change at the front. There you go. Done. And the train will turn off. There we go. And that's it. That's what you can do with it. Now, if I go back out of here, I'll show you those train announcements. This is it, and it's by there, www.pipandbean.com. It's £20, it's well worth the money. If we go back to here, which is this thing here, you go to here, look, this is A's, B's, the C's, D's. So if we go to L's there, that's all the L's. So every station in the country is on here. So you can use this for doing the stopping. If I now just do this, because I don't want that. And you've got train next to arrive, train departing, which is, you can have it whichever you want. You've got train cancelled, terminates like this. You've got non-stopping, you've got platforms. You only got up to 6 platforms here, I'm afraid. The time. Then there's different companies here, like this one here, let's see, Pullman's, Semi, Flying Scotsman, there's all sorts of stuff there. So I'll just leave it as what it is, as Red Dragon. I'll call it Bristolian, just the same, it's done there. That's the station it's going to come to, and then here you put all those stations you're going to. So this one actually was for Bangor, which is there. So actually, in fact, I got Bangor, I've got Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rill, Colwyn Bay, and Llandudno there. I light that up, so that's that bit. It's going off platform 2, say. The train now has 2 coaches, which it has. First class is in the rear. I can make that to the front, so do that. That's 2 coaches there like that. So that is that one. First class, buffer service, apologise, mind the gap, right? Now all you've got to do now is to press this bit here.
The next train to arrive on platform 2 terminates here. All change please on platform 2.
See, that's that one. Right, now if I go to depart and do it again.
The next train to depart on platform 2 will be the 09:30, the Bristolian service to Bangor, calling at Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rill, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, and Bangor. only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the front of the train. A buffet service is available on this train. British Rail would like to apologise to passengers for the late running of this service and any inconvenience this may have caused. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
And that's your programme. And all you do with that is once you've played it, you know it's right, you press record, it'll do the same thing again, but it'll actually tell you where it's going to put it. You give it a name, a title, such as that would be Banger, or whatever you want to call it, and that all sits in your computer then. And that's how I do it. So what I've got with that is that particular train we just done there, right? I know that that particular 1-4 leak is actually 35 seconds. So what I'd actually do with that, I would actually turn the train on, say do some coal shoveling, a bit like that, and then I've got like this, my little stopwatch, as you might call it, like this. And what you do then is press it, I count 35 seconds, and then I blow the guard's whistle and start the train off. And at the end of the train coming into here, or just before you get into here to stop, I do that termination one as well. And that's how I build it all up. But that's how I do my programs. And say if anybody wants to know any more, just give me a call. Now, as I say, these are absolutely brilliant. From Porterhouse models, the £8.25 for 5 sets. As you say, they are brilliant. So, if anybody wants me, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there as well. And just in the comments just below on the video, there's a little blue section. If anybody wants kindly to donate to the channel, please do so. I'm most grateful. I'm here virtually every day. It's very rare I'm away. If anything, just bring me after dinner, because I might go, like this week I've been up the Hobby Goblin railway shop, which is my local. I've been up there all morning. But after dinner I'm always here. I'm here every night any road. So don't be afraid to call me about anything to do with Railmaster, and I'll be gladly advise you. I've got a couple I'm working with at the moment. I've been working with them in South Africa, in Thailand, all over the place, all over the world I work with them. So if anybody wants me, please get in contact, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.